Hi guys, welcome to Cinema Express. Today I'm chatting with Sadia Malhotra, Shani Gupta, and director Umesh Bits. Welcome everyone.
Thank you for
Thank
being
you,
here,
thank you,
Shilajit.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Sani, I'll begin with you. It's such a refreshing title, for a feature film.
Huh.
I want to know what you first think of the title itself. Was it always there? With the script, and just your thoughts even before the idea came to you. What did you make of the title?
Um,
Huh.
when I got to know that the film will be called Paglet, I was really happy because there was this dialogue in at the end of the film कि जब लड़की लोग को अक्ल आती है ना
Huh.
तो उन्हें पगलेट ही कहते हैं, and that sums up a very beautiful message कि जब whenever you decide that this is it, I'm going to take my own decisions, I will take that leap. I don't care about other people. I don't want anybody else's validation. That's when I think you can give yourself a certificate and call yourself a puglet. Because that's what happened with Sandhya. She wanted other people to validate her. She was searching for love, not internally but externally. And when she decided कि नहीं, प्यार तो अंदर ही है और जो मुझे हमेशा से करना था वो मैंने कभी नहीं किया बिकॉज ऑफ वट एवर अम्मा नहीं करने देंगी या मम्मी नहीं करने देंगी. शी वॉन्टेड टू डू अ जॉब बट शी कुडंट, एंड देन शादी के बाद शी वॉज dependent on Astik. But obviously, when she lost her husband and she met Akanksha, जिससे Astik was supposedly in love with, तो heartbreak होता है, and then she realized that maybe she was just projecting a very amazing marriage, but it was never there. And that's when she takes that leap, or she goes and does what she really wanted to do in life, which is मुझे काम करना है and I will do जो मैं बचपन से करना चाहती थी, जो मुझे किसी ने करने नहीं दिया.
तो ये पगलैट शब्द जो शिलाजीत ये पिक्चर की कहानी रीडिफाइन करती है. तो पगलैट तो बहुत प्यार से किसी को बोला जाता है कि पगलैट होगी क्या. तो अवधी भाषा का इसमें प्रयोग हुआ है पिक्चर में, अवधी बैकग्राउंड है. तो वहाँ पगलैट कोई डेरोगेटरी टर्म या ऐसे इंसल्टिंग टर्म नहीं है, वो एक इंडेयरिंग टर्म है कि बिल्कुल पगलैट हो क्या. तो पगलैट का क्या है कि पगलैट वो है जो कि लॉजिकल बात ना करे. और लॉजिक कहाँ से आता है? लॉजिक दिमाग से आता है. और दिमाग क्या सुनता है? लिमिटेशन सुनता है अपनी. तो जो व्यक्ति अपनी लिमिटेशन से उठ के ऊपर चला जाए और एक नए हॉराइजन को देखने की हिम्मत करे और सब कुछ होते हुए एक हिम्मत के साथ अपने नए रास्ते पे निकल पड़े, वो पगलैट हो गया. तो संध्या इस लिहाज से पगलैट थी, इसलिए ये जो टाइटल है बहुत सटीक बैठा है इसके ऊपर. दूसरी बात आपने बड़ी अच्छी करी शुरू में कि कल्चर के बारे में बात की और ग्रीफ के बारे में बात की. तो क्या है कि ये जो हमारी हिंदुस्तानी संस्कृति है और जो हमारे वेद पुराण हैं, ये कहते हैं कि हमारा जीवन जो है ना, हमारी लाइफ जो है वो वन यूज़ वाला नहीं है. हमारी लाइफ जो है रिसाइकिल होती है. तो हमारा ये नहीं है कि अंत नहीं होता है, हम अनंत हैं, क्योंकि हम आत्मा हैं तो अनंत हैं. अब हम अनंत हैं तो हम एक आनंद की तलाश करते हैं पूरे जीवन में. तो हमारे जैसे 16 संस्कार होते हैं जीवन के अंदर, और अंतिम संस्कार भी एक उसका ही एक हिस्सा है. और ये जो सारे संस्कार होते हैं ये एक उत्सव है. तो ये जो फिल्म है ये मृत्यु होते हुए भी एक उत्सव है, एक जॉय है, एक आनंद है जिसमें सबको एक दूसरे की तलाश है कि ये उस आनंद को हम कैसे प्राप्त करें, जो मेरे दिल में है मैं उसको कैसे प्राप्त करूं. तो ये पूरी कहानी उस नज़रिए से, उस दृष्टिकोण से लिखी गई है. तो इसलिए भी पगलैट बहुत ही सटीक सा शब्द हमें लगा और बहुत ही प्यारा सा शब्द लगा.
Shiny, I got to ask you, the most sort of emotionally intricate track that we see is between, Akansha and Sandhya, and how they get to understand each other, and after the passing of her husband, then, and it's a slow unfurling of the two characters as they see each other's perspective on, and a lot of the past is also redefined and their understanding of how their lives were. How much did you enjoy, digging into a mood like this, a space like this? Although the film is set in UP, this basic of a joint family culture of, looking and processing grief together. It's something I think in Bengali families, in all over the world, it's something we've all experienced in different shades. Just tell me about immersing yourself in this world, and especially through the angle of Akash.
There's so many questions in one question.
Right.
In acting, obviously, the only universal truth is less is more. Probably in many things in life, but definitely in acting. And when Umesh sir when we were speaking about it, he was very clear about one thing, that Akanksha is one person who is not able to express herself fully because she comes in with a definite purpose. Her character comes with a definite purpose in this, in the scheme of things, you know, for the sake of the story, and for Sandhya to go through this catharsis, and she comes in as a, you know, as a, you know, almost like a sunshine, you know, almost like a ray of hope, almost like something aspirational, you know, of the life Sandhya could have had, can have, maybe chose not to have, or maybe just listening to herself and really discovering what she really wants to do with her life, and for a change not be told what to do, you know, and what emotion to feel at that point. So Akanksha comes in like that, and Akanksha always is in a stoic state. You know, she's feeling many things, but she's always like that. And she's not because she's stuck up, but she is an inornate character. You know, she is somebody who is not able to express, and she cannot in front of Sandhya because she doesn't know what is the right way to express. You know, she's somebody who's constantly holding back her real emotions. You know, probably she goes back home and you know, in a way, yesterday I was thinking, like, in a way, Akanksha is also like Paglet. You know, she could have chosen not to go to this house at all. She could have chosen not to accompany the other colleagues in the office and, you know, not put herself in this strange, weird, awkward position, you know. She knew that maybe Sandhya, I mean, probably she knew Sandhya wouldn't know, but for herself, because she still probably is in love with Astik, and for her to go and see his space, his house, his things, you know, and relive those moments again, it's not somebody who's extremely practical who would do, you know. But she probably, you know, sometimes you do things because you only want to do it and you don't know why you want to do it, but you know. And then she not only just goes there once, but after Sandhya tells her, she continues to go and, you know, humor her constantly and take her through things. And she asks her also, like, why are you asking me these things, you know? And Sandhya says that, you know, because the other guy is not there, so you're the only person, and probably out of guilt or whatever she's going through, she follows through and she's there, you know, and there with so much grace, you know, and spine and spirit, you know, and then you see what happens in the end, and she's still there. So she's a solid person. And every time Umesh sir and I spoke, he was very clear that she has to be very in sync, you know, like the alignment has to be there. She's not all over the place, you know. Sandhya is feeling so many things, but even if Akanksha is feeling, we don't want to see it, you know, because we don't want to delve deeper in that. And what I loved genuinely was the relationship between Sandhya and Akanksha and how it evolves through the film. And I loved the perspective of the other woman, because it's not always, you know, because in mainstream you always see either the heroine and the vamp, you know, but they're all people, and we all have been in one of this or one of that in our lives, you know. So ultimately you're women and you realize that, boss, you understand reality, your reality. Our worlds could be very different, but ultimately the realities are pretty similar, you know. And we have to make do with shit men all our lives. No, I mean, we love men. But you know, that's what's wonderful, and I am very grateful to Mesa to write the relationship with so much maturity and grace, and absolutely loved doing that. And you know, literally we held each other's hands and went through the scenes, and it was beautiful.
शीला जी, आपने देखा होगा कि जिस तरह से मतलब जो एक्टर्स थे पूरा, मतलब और दिग्गज एक्टर्स थे, आशुतोष राणा, रघुवीर यादव, शिवा जी, नताशा जी, तो बहुत, यामिनी जी, तो बहुत ही खूबसूरत कलाकार। और तो सब लोगों ने ना एक किसी, जैसे अभी शयानी जब बात कर रही थी तो इनकी बात सुन के मुझे कुछ और चीज़ें समझ में आ रही हैं खुद। तो इसी तरह से हर एक कलाकार ने अपने किरदार को पूरी तरह से इंटरनलाइज कर लिया था। तो वो एक बड़ी, और सिर्फ कलाकार जो सामने कैमरे के थे उन्होंने ही नहीं, जब मेरी पहली बार बात हुई गुनीत से, जब मैंने उसको, गुनीत को जो हमारी प्रोड्यूसर है, उनको कहानी सुनी, तो उन्होंने जिस तरह से उसको इंटरनलाइज किया और अपने पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंसेस मुझे बताना शुरू कर दिए उसके बाद उनके पार्टनर अचिन, जिस तरह से वो आए और उन्होंने मतलब पूरे प्रोजेक्ट को बनाना शुरू किया। वो सिर्फ इसलिए नहीं था कि प्रोजेक्ट बना रहे थे, क्योंकि वो कहानी से ऐसे जुड़ गए। फिर बालाजी प्रोडक्शंस आ गए। तो ये सब जो थे, एक कहानी जो थी, वो सबके जो सुर थे वो जुड़ते चले जा रहे थे। और हमारे जो कैमरा पर्सन है राफे साहब, वो भी ऐसे लाइट नहीं कर रहे थे। वो उस कमरे का जो उसको कहते हैं मूड लाइटिंग, और उसको जो इमोशनली जिस तरह से फ्रेम्स बना करके उसको कंसीव करना, और हमारी जो कोरियोग्राफी है, जो एक्टर्स के साथ इम्प्रोवाइजेशन है, उसको लेते हुए साथ में चलना।
Even the breathing, I remember in one of the scenes, I was really anxious, and Rafe sir told me that your breathing is, it's sounding different. मैं कही, maybe yeah, because I'm feeling anxious. कहते yeah, I think I should also try it. You know, behind the camera he was like, I'll also try and match to your breathing pattern.
So इस लेवल पे ब्रीदिंग लेवल के मैच लेवल पे काम हो रहा था। एंड उतना ही काम इस फिल्म के बाद हुआ जब हम लोग एडिटिंग टेबल पे बैठे। तो जो प्रेरणा थी, वो इतना सारा मटेरियल, इतना खूबसूरत मटेरियल, उसमें से क्या निकालना है, क्या छांटना है, कैसे करना है, तो जो तराशने का काम है ना, वो भी बहुत खूबसूरती से मतलब प्रेरणा ने किया। एंड ऑफ कोर्स एज आई से, आइसिंग ऑन द केक वाज अरिजीत सिंह। वो उन्होंने खुद इसका पूरा म्यूजिक दिया। और ऐसे इस फिल्म का म्यूजिक देना बहुत मुश्किल था। आप क्या ब्रीफ देंगे? ये कॉमेडी नहीं है, ये हाई लेवल एक्शन फिल्म नहीं है, ये एक बड़ी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड इमोशन है, उसको समझ के करना है। तो अरिजीत सिंह ने एक्चुअली इस पिक्चर का बैकग्राउंड म्यूजिक देने के लिए, इस पिक्चर के गाने बनाने के लिए अपने अलग अलग इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स डिज़ाइन किए, नए इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स डिज़ाइन किए, नई आवाज़ें निकाली, उसको सैम्पल किया, और फिर अपना जो उनका विजन था म्यूज़िक का, वो इस पिक्चर में लेके आए। तो बहुत ही खूबसूरत सा समा, मतलब पहली नरेशन से फाइनल जो म्यूजिक के लिए गया, उसमें बहुत ही मतलब बहुत मजा आया।
Tanya, there's a scene that stuck with me. It's a sequence where Sandhya has gone to have Golgappe, and while simultaneously you see the intercut of the rituals being performed, and you know, this is the kind of juxtaposition you'll see like in a Godfather, where one side, you know, the baptism is happening and killing is happening, and you know, this is so epic. But here the moment is, you know, is something so basic as, you know, someone having Golgappa, and yet because of how our society is framed, of how just the mood and of the place, it seems like something epic is happening, and you know, of just the intercut.
Right.
I just wanted to ask you, you know, just your thoughts about, you know, that scene, and also how something as simple, you know, as a girl going out, you know, have Golgappa, and you know how that itself, you know, is in the mood of the film and in the mood of the story.
Yeah.
That itself takes on a significance, you know, so it's at such a scale. Yeah.
So, Sheila ji, thanks for asking that question, because that scene happens after she finds out her picture in Astik's cupboard. She's angry. She's frustrated because she can't talk to anyone about this. That, listen, you guys are mourning, but hello, see, this guy was actually cheating on me. She can't talk to her friend. She goes and talks to Dadi, because she knows that she might just listen to her and not give a judgment ki nahi, mera pota to waisa nahi tha. Nahi, she doesn't want to listen to that. Nahi, I was cheated. That's the reason I'm feeling this way. I can't mourn, I can't cry because he was cheating on me. I knew it. And it's in that moment she's like, I'm going to go out. I'm hungry. They're not even giving me Pepsi. I'm going to go out and have whatever I want to, because this guy I was at home and he was going out with some other woman. So she's so angry in that moment कि वो decide करती है कि I will go out of this house. And I don't know if you noticed, because she picks up a red shawl. She picks up a red shawl from her cupboard and she's like, I'm not going to be his widow. I'm not going to wear like sada kapda. Red पहन कर जाऊंगी. And she wears that shawl when she goes and meet Akanksha also. ये भी था कि I'm not going to look like a widow. If I'm stepping out of the house, I'm not his widow. I do not want to be his widow because I was cheated. I will have that Golgappa because I was cheated. मैं नहीं कर सकती हूँ ये. मैं क्यों करूँ ये सब? And she tells Nazia also कि आस्तिक जो आए कर सकता है, और मैं गोलगप्पे भी नहीं खा सकती. मैं गोलगप्पे खाऊंगी. बस ये मतलब it's that feeling. I'm feeling angry. Oh God!
You can shoot the scene again and give us some Golgappas.
I'm so angry because at that time I genuinely felt that anger. Like, listen, I was like, she was confused. people were judging her for not crying. Her own best friend was judging her. Ki, what's wrong with you? Are you fine? Why are you not crying? Why are you not behaving normally? And yeah, but वो मतलब she was rebelling कि भाई मैं नहीं कर पा रही हूँ because maybe this guy was not
Right.
the right person.
But you know, I think it's such good writing, right? Because you know, sometimes your act of rebellion is not going out and sleeping with someone or smoking or drinking or going crazy
Right.
like that. It could be just
Right,
eating a
exactly.
golgappa. And for you and your reality and your world, that's being blasphemous and that's being
Right.
extremely rebellious. You know, so it's just brilliant writing. I feel.
That's true. And the credit goes to Umesh sir.
थैंक यू फॉर दैट. लेकिन एक चीज़ और होती है कि यू नो व्हेन यू आर वर्किंग विद एक्टर्स ऑफ दिस लेवल, जो लोग बैठे हुए हैं, तो आपको मतलब जैसे बहुत ही ख्याल रखना पड़ता है, क्योंकि आप एक तरह की बहुत ही कॉम्प्लिकेटेड सर्जरी कर रहे होते हो. आप एज ए डायरेक्टर यू आर व्हाट आर यू एक्चुअली डूइंग? यू आर एक्चुअली मैसिंग अप विद द सॉफ्टवेयर ऑफ दैट पर्सन.
That's
मतलब
true.
आप उसके दिमाग में घुस करके आप उसके अपने जो उसका चरित्र है उसको समझा रहे हो. यू आर एक्चुअली यू नो मैनिपुलेटिंग दैट सॉफ्टवेयर. इट्स वेरी डेंजरस. अभी आपने देखा, आपका सवाल था, मेरा दोष नहीं था इसमें, आपने सवाल किया था, ये उस चरित्र की सिचुएशन बताते बताते एक जोन में चली गई. तो ये जो है ना, ये बहुत ही अच्छे कलाकारों के साथ जो कि बहुत जुड़े हुए होते हैं और बहुत दिल से काम करते हैं, तो उनके साथ जब काम करना होता है ना, तो बहुत मतलब सतर्क होकर काम करना पड़ता है, क्योंकि आप एक बहुत डेलिकेट सी सर्जरी कर रहे हो, मैनिपुलेट कर रहे हो सॉफ्टवेयर को, और वो सॉफ्टवेयर इतना रिच
कॉलेज ही
है,
हिला दिया आपने.
तो वो बड़ा ख्याल रखना पड़ता है. तो बहुत मैजिक होता है, लेकिन थोड़े खतरे से भरा हुआ मैजिक होता है.
अभी किसी को मार सकते थे.
But direction is all about manipulation, yeah.
That's true. That's true.
But you just have to be responsible. Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. All the best for Paglet. All the best for the film. And Sanya will look
Thank you.
forward to more Golgappas of Rebellion.
Please, you know, she's never had puchka in her life, she told me yesterday.
My God.
Yeah, so can you imagine? I'll have to take her.
and pani puri,
You
but
should have to
puchka nahi.
holler to Calcutta and
Yeah, next time.
check Puchka.
I'll take her.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you,
so much.
Shilajit.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.